your paper, we're going to look at number 2. So I'm going to erase my work. And while I'm erasing, I need you to look at number 2, point to it so I know that you've got it. And then you need your highlighter right now. Not your pencil yet, your highlighter. Okay, class?
Yes.
Eyes on who?
Eyes on you.
So I need you to hold the highlighter, not tap it. So let's look at number 2. I'm going to read it again, and then you're going to help me. Xavier, eyes on me. You're going to help me find the important information. Deanna, we're on number 2. Joe has 7 bookshelves. In total, on the bookshelves, there are 49 books. Solve for B to find how many books are on each shelf. And then it says the equation, 7 times B equals 49. So what do we need to highlight first? Day?
The
7, because that tells us how many rows that we're going to have. What else do we need to highlight, Xavier? Well, I don't need to, the shelves isn't really important. So what else could I, maybe in this row, there's something, 49, because the 49 tells us how many there are all together. So we have 7 rows, and there's 49 all together. And then what else do we need to highlight, Aliana? B, so it says, so that would be like the question. So solve for B, and it says to find how many books are on each shelf. We're on number 2, Matthew.
So we're going to...
Class?
Yes.
So we know the number of rows, right? It tells 7. Do we know how many are in each row? No, we don't know yet. That's why they have B there. Remember we talked about that yesterday?
Yes.
So we know how many rows we have. So we're going to go ahead and draw how many rows? 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How many rows are we drawing?
7. You're drawing 7 rows. 7 rows. Amari's this, I can't because it's your allergies, so there's nothing that I can do for it. But it's saying no, go back. You make 7 rows. That makes it worse. Class?
Uh-huh.
Class?
Yes.
How many rows do you have?
7.
7. This one is a little bit different because we know how many we have all together. Jay, eyes on me. But we don't know how many that's in each row. So I don't want you to work it. I need the humming to stop. I don't want you to work ahead because I think you'll get confused. Gianni, stop humming. So because we know how many, Gianni, go clip down.
I wasn't. That was her.
I need the humming to stop. So whoever is doing it, I'm going to give you one more chance. I need you to stop because it's very distracting to everyone else in the room. So we know how many we have all together. So what we're going to have to do is distribute the 49 books. So we already have one here. So can you do it with me? I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I have 2 of 7, how many do I have all together? 14. So right here, when we start at the top again, we're going to start with 15. So 15, 16, and you're doing it with me. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm going to come back up to the top. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Back to the top. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Back to the top. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. I have 42. Am I going to stop yet? No, because I have, how many do I need all together? 49. So 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So I'm going to stop there, right? Well, you should have been doing it with me. So I have 7 rows, and I have 49 altogether. Not right now. Do you have a question? You have to get Vaseline at recess if that's your question.
No.
Okay, what's your question?
What is that camera for?
I don't want you to worry about it right now.
Okay.
So I have 7 rows. How many do we have in each row?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 rows of how many? 7. So B is going to equal what? B equals 7.
7 times 7 equals 14.
7 plus 7 equals 14. But we did 7. This would be another way to say 7 times 7. No. So you should have B equals 7 written on your paper because that's the answer and that's all I want you to write. I don't want you to write the equation. I don't want you to write anything extra. I'm going to need you to just use the pencil. Class, class.
Yes, yes.
Class, class.
Yes, yes.
Hands on top.
Everybody stop.
I need you to flip your paper. You're flipping your paper while mine loads. Okay, so now we are. Oh, I need you to flip your paper. I need you to flip your paper. Nope, you're not working ahead. You're doing it with me right now. So we're going to look at number 3. It says there are 5 tables in a classroom. At each table, there are 8 chairs. How many chairs are there total in the classroom? So what do I need to highlight?
5.
Well, I need to highlight the 5 and 8. And one more thing I need to highlight. Well, it's kind of a long thing. Can you say it louder, Anya, so we can all hear? The question, it only says how many chairs are there total in the classroom. So, hand down right now. So we know, Trevin, eyes on me. We know how many rows we have. We also know how many columns we have. So we need to find how many we have total. So you can do it one of 2 ways, but we're all going to do it together because we're practicing. But if this was like a test, then it could look 2 different ways. We're doing arrays right now, not equal groups. Arrays. So I'm going to have 5 rows. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're doing it with me. Not right now.
I can't see.
You're good. You're doing it with me. So I should see 5 rows on everyone's paper. Matthew, I need you to do it with me. So how many do I have in each row?
8. 5. 8.
Class, class?
5.
Class, class?
Yes.
I have 5 rows. How many do I have? I'm talking, how many do I have in each row? 8. So you have to count this one, otherwise it's going to throw you off, and then you'll have too many. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 5 rows of 8. So you're making that on your paper. You're making 5. Awesome. That's good. 5 rows of 8. You have 5 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said 8. So you need to add some to your. So you need to add how many? If you have 5, how many do you need to? You're doing 8 rows. We want 5 rows.
So you have to add 3 more.
You need to add 3 to each. What are you doing?
I'm searching in my backpack because I took all the pencils. So
Okay, but you have a pencil, so it's okay. We're going to use the pencil you have on your desk. So I have 5 rows of 8. So to find the answer, I could count each of these dots. Or, because I have 5 in my problem, what else could I do? Diabier? I could skip count by 5. So how many fingers do I need to hold up? 8. So I'm going to start us off, and you're going to join me when you are ready. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So our answer is going to be 40. And that's all I want you to write on your papers is 40. I don't want you to write the equation. So can you write 40 with us? Can you write 40? 40. Do you have 40 written? Awesome. 40. And we're not working ahead because then you're getting confused. Okay. While I'm erasing, I want you to point to number 4 and get your highlighter ready. Class?
Yes.
I'm going to read number 4 out loud. We're going to find the important information together. Dang, eyes on me. Number 4, it says, in a box of 24 crayons, there are 4 rows of crayons. How many crayons are in each row? So, Victoria, what do I need to highlight first? 24, because that tells me how many I have total. So I need to highlight 24. Kamara, what else do I need? 4, because that tells me how many rows I have. What else do I need? Jay? The question, so I know what I'm doing. So how many crayons are in each row? So now you need to get your pencil. So before we start, I want us to look at this. It tells me how many I have total. It tells me how many are in each row, or how many rows I have. Does it tell me how many are in each row? No. So we're going to do this one just like we did the last one. We're going to start with how many rows? 4. So we're going to draw, and you're doing it with me. I need you to get your pencil. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I know that there are 4 rows. And the one, I think it was either number 2 or number 3, we had to distribute how many we had total. So I have 24 total, so I need to count up to 24. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the top, I'm going to say 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to go back to the top. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And I'm going to stop there because it told me I had 24 total.
I did 24.
So you should have 4 rows, and we distributed 24. Class, how many do I have in each row?
5.
Let's look at mine. Well, I have 4 rows. Let's look at mine and count how many we have together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 4 rows of 6. So I have 6 in each row. So what would be our answer?
4.
So, class. It said how many crayons are in each row. How many are in each row?
6. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many are in each row? 6. So what's our answer? 6. And you're just going to write 6. That's all I need for your answer. Mario.
Nothing follows you.
Hands on top.
Everybody stop.
I need your hands on top.
Everybody stop.
So now I need you, because we finished our paper, so you're going to put it in your work in progress folder. Or, I'm sorry, you're going to put it in your mailbox. You're right. Put it in your mailbox. That's what I want you to do first. Class. Once you put your paper in your mailbox, I want you to put your pencil and highlighter away. Oh, Marius, you can clip up. You're ready. Aliana, you're ready. Come clip up. Victoria, you can clip up. Olivia, you can clip up. Aiden and Anya, you can clip up. Jay, Alexa. I haven't asked us to open our Chromebooks yet, so if you have your Chromebook open, I need you to close it. The books need put away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I need it closed.
That was harder, and it was the wrong way, and it gave us the wrong answer. So we don't want to do
So go ahead, class.
Yes.
Once you get back to your seats, I want you to open your Chromebook. Well, you have to follow instructions, though. I asked you opening it. Go to Kahoot, which I like how a lot of you went there quickly. And I haven't given you the pin yet. I don't want you to update right now, because then you won't probably be able to take it. Because it's only... Well, the Kahoot is only 5 questions, and if you update it right now, you probably won't even get to take it. So I want you to just, if it logs you out, just log back in. So I need your voices off, because remember, I want to know what you know and not what somebody else knows. So your voices are off, and eyes on who?
Eyes on you.
It's going to be over a race, which is what we've been practicing. We practiced right before lunch, and we practiced before that too. And we practiced a couple days ago too. So I think that we're going to be able to do it. The pin's not up there. 8, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. And I think we have 22 people in here right now, so I should have 22 people joining here shortly. Shh, Trevin. On your bottom. Kamara, I need your headphones off, please. Connecting. You might have to refresh your page. If you push this button, it'll refresh. You might have to exit out and try again. So I have 16 people. So exit out. It's okay. Exit out. Open it again. Once you've got your logged in, I need your hands on top.
Everybody stop.
Okay. Oh, I like how this whole table is ready. This whole table's almost ready. What happened to yours? Did you update it? Okay, leave it open.
I can't log on.
Okay, that's because you were already at Kahoot. I don't know what you're doing, bud. Class. Class. Your voices are off right now, so you can get logged on. Matthew, can you work with Trevin? Can you two work together because your computer's not working right now? So what if you two work together? Okay. So I should have 21 of you in then.
21.
No. Stop. There's 21 now? Okay, then we are going to start. Remember, I want to know your answers, so our voices are off unless you're Matthew and Trevin, because they have to whisper to each other. So I need voices off and eyes on who?
Eyes on you. Yeah, they have the drawing thing up.
Okay. What is the correct multiplication sentence for this array? You have to just log back on. I can't control your computer, so you might have to exit out and get back on again just as quickly as you can. Sometimes computers don't always work with us, and it's okay. Class?
Yes.
Class?
Yes.
So I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it would have been, I think your options were 3. The answer was 3 times 2. If they had the turnaround fact on here, if they had 2 times 3, that would have been right too. Okay, this says what is the correct product for this array. And remember yesterday when we talked about products, that's the same as answer. If it logged you out, I can't do anything. So you have to try again. You'll have to log out. It's guys, you don't need to stress about it.
Log me out.
Class?
Yes.
Eyes on who?
Eyes on you.
Okay, let's look at this one. I have how many in this row? 1, 2, 3. And how many in this? Or 1, 2, 3. So that would have been 3 times 3.
I didn't
And
show that.
you can't turn, no, they asked for the product, I'm sorry. So 3 times 3 would have been 9.
What's so good? Add the tea.
This one is asking for the multiplication sentence like the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, Lily. Sorry.
Matthew and Trevin, you're doing this on your phone.
They are working together. Sorry, because Matthews won't let him get on. Kahoot won't even come up.
Well, you have to click that. They're doing the right thing.
Okay. Class?
Yes.
Can we look at this one? I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think it would have been 2 times 4 equals 8, but it could also, if they had the turnaround fact, it could have been 4 times 2 equals 8.
Wait, can I?
Yes. I don't think you did that.
Might not.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, just real quick, guys. That array looked like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we said that it could have either been 2 times 4 or the turnaround is 4 times 2. So 2 times 4 or 4 times 2. So when you were looking at the possible answers for you to pick, you should have looked at one that said 2 times 4 or 4 times 2. But not only that, they also showed the answer. The answer was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And only one of those had the answer. So if you had looked either for the multiplication problem with the factors or looked for the product, there was only one possible right answer that had the factors and the product.
So this one is asking what's the product. And remember, like I said, product is the same as answer. Did it kick you out again?
So you What do you think that we would do if we came to help you?
So it wants you to find the product or the answer. Class? Class?
Yes.
So I have 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3. And we can skip count by threes now, so what would that be?
9.
So 3, 6, 9. So the correct answer would have been 9.
Again.
This one is asking for the multiplication sentence. Sorry, Lily. I keep getting in your way. So how many, class? How many do I have going down?
3.
1, 2, 3, 4. How many do I have? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 times 8. And only one of those had both of those numbers in it. So it would have been 4 times 8 equals 32. I want you to go ahead and write it.
Because it's
Not 3. No, yeah, you're right. It's 2 people. 2 people. My face. We did.
So you're rating it, and then I want you to exit out and close your Chromebook. Class? You should be closing your Chromebook. I need you to get out a pencil. Alexa, can you pass out? And there'll be extra because there's a lot in my hand, so there'll be extra in Day. Can you pass out? Well, Day is my teacher helper, so I always pick him for this task, but I'm going to ask somebody else because there's a lot of papers. But so make sure everyone at the table gets them. And the first thing I need you to do is put your name on it. And it doesn't matter, just the top, and however you have the top of your paper is good with me. So you're just putting your name, but you don't need to write huge because you have to do work on this. What?
Can I go take a drink?
Not right now. We're going to finish up and we're almost done with this. I'll take the extra. So you're putting your name on your paper.
What
Can
is
you
your
bring it to
date?
me, please? We don't need to put the date on it right for this. But it's good. So your name is on it, and then I need eyes on me. Hands on top. Deanna, put the book away. So remember how I talked about we're going to do an exit slip? So we're going to do a problem on this paper, and it's our exit slip. So on the paper, you're going to solve this, but first I'm going to read it out loud, and then you're going to solve it using an array, not equal groups, because we're practicing arrays today. So when you're doing your work, I should see an array on your paper. So it says solve using an array. 6 times 4 equals A, and then it says A equals. So when you do your work, you're going to make an array, and then you'll write A equals, and you'll put the answer. So you're just making an array like we have been doing. I don't want you to stress about it and overthink it. You're doing an array.
You're keeping your answer to yourself. And when you're done,
I had a basket. When you're done, I want you to come put it in this basket at the front table. But make sure your name is on it because that's what we did first. It's 6 times 4. Okay, I need you to do your work and not stop drawing your name. Oh, I want you to try your best, yes. So, you have your rate. You're going to write A equals, and you're going to write your answer. You're going to put it in that red basket up at the front table.